Hello, beautiful light being. Thank you so much for being here. Whether you are brand new, never seen me before, or if you are familiar with me, you were on my old channel, welcome to my new channel, Jordan from the Stars. And I am so grateful that if you are coming from the old channel, that you are continuing to resonate and align with the activations and the meditations and the talks like this that I'm putting out for you. So thank you so much. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Jordan. And today I'm filming from Thailand. As you can see from the beautiful background, I'm in Koh Samui, Thailand right now. And it was a very unexpected adventure. I was not supposed to be here, and that's kind of what this first video on my channel is going to be about, is the divine reroute situation that I had while traveling, and just to give you a little update on that. Because I do want to combine my love for traveling and seeing and experiencing this beautiful earth that is, alongside spirituality and the activations. And so the following video is going to be an activation. I'm now calling it a vocal light transmission straight from Thailand, so you'll have to go check that out too when it's up. So I was in Hawaii. On a vacation with one of my dearest friends. We were there for quite a while, and it opened up my heart so much. I was on the island of Kauai specifically, and it opened up my heart so much that I was like, I have to cancel my flight home to Florida, and I have to go to Asia. It was such a deep calling that I had to go. And so I canceled the flight home, and I booked my one-way ticket to Tokyo. And then I was in Tokyo for a few days, and then from there, I was like, where am I going next? I have no plan. And I've never been to Vietnam, so I was like, I'm gonna go to Vietnam, and I've heard wonderful things about Vietnam. So I booked the whole trip to Vietnam. I booked the flight, I booked the place to stay, and then I show up to the airport, ready to go, and they were like, you need a visa, you can't go. I was like, are you kidding me? I usually look into these things, but I didn't. For some reason, I did not. And I was like, oh my gosh, okay. I was freaking out, you know. I had everything paid for. I was like, all my money is gonna go to waste. Like, I can't go. They couldn't expedite the visa because it was a Sunday. And even if they could, it was, you know, a lot of money. So I either had to, one, wait in Tokyo for another few days till it came, which I was so ready to get out of the city. I am truly an island girl and a person and a creature of nature. And so I just feel most at home on an island or in nature. So I was ready to go to get out of Tokyo, but I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna have to stay here a few more days? But then I was like, wait, I wonder if there's somewhere else I can go that I can still get on the same flight, connect through Vietnam, and then go somewhere else that I don't need a visa. And they were like, you can go to Thailand. I was like, okay. But obviously I didn't know, like, right in the moment, like, I had to make a decision. And they were like, you have 15 minutes to decide. I was like, okay. And these are the moments that we need to put our spirituality and our faith in God and trust in God in practice. And so I was like, okay, I've got 15 minutes to meditate. I was crying. I was like, this is so overwhelming. Again, I'm by myself, and I've been to Asia before, but this is a whole new experience being by myself and going with the flow, like having absolutely no plan. And so I walked away. I was crying, needed some silent space, and I asked for my higher self to come in, and I was like, higher self, please tell me what to do. Am I meant to stay here in Tokyo, wait for my visa and go to Vietnam, or am I meant to scratch my entire plan, throw away all that money I already spent, and go to Thailand? And all I heard was reroute. I just heard reroute. Every time I asked, reroute. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I just paid for all this, you know? My mind's so attached to all the money and the plan. My mind's so attached to the plan and the money. Like, that is just the human experience, you know? I was like, okay, I'll get on the flight and then I'll go to Thailand instead. So that is why I'm here, because it was a divine reroute situation. I mean, this whole experience so far, from Hawaii to Japan to here, has been a divine reroute. And I am learning so much to surrender, to fully surrender. And I'm also realizing how much my mind loves to still control. And as hard as, you know, not as hard, that's not the right word, but as much as we put into practice and, you know, tap into our hearts and get into our spirituality, like, our minds will always still be there trying to control, no matter how, you know, awakened we think we are. They will still be there to control us. And I'm realizing that so much on this trip. Like, none of my plans have gone to plan. And it is just such a beautiful lesson for me that how much I'm still controlling my life. And I'm learning so much to surrender here. So if there's anything Kauai taught me, was to surrender, or not surrender, it opened my heart, it activated my heart. And if you want to go back to my old channel, the Kauai heart activation, I was in Kauai at the time and I recorded that, and it was just so much heart energy there, and that's why I'm here. And then in Tokyo, it was a lot of energy of what I don't want anymore. I stayed in a hostel then. I used to love hostels, but that's not who I am anymore. And that's what I realized. Like, my luxury is being able to be in my own space and, you know, have my own space, really. And so that's what Tokyo taught me. It taught me some other things that, you know, I'm not much of a city person, which I already knew that, but it just taught me a lot of what I don't want anymore. And then here in beautiful Thailand has taught me to surrender more than I could have ever imagined. And I don't know where I'm going next. I am going to Chiang Mai. By the time this is up, I might already be in Chiang Mai, to experience all the beautiful temples and the sacredness of the land there. So I'm sure I'm going to get a whole bunch of different energy there. And I'm excited to eventually do an activation there as well. But I don't know where I'm going, and there's been so many tears, but I have never felt the calling I do to travel as much as I am right now. And I'm so grateful to have traveled a lot already in my life, and I'm so grateful for this experience now that I'm getting to make it work. But I know this is part of my soul's path, and it is to travel, it is to experience. And I'm realizing how much attachments I still do have, like physical attachments to like where my home is, my apartment, my car, like everything. And I am really meant to be a free bird and just explore, travel. And I'm doing that, and I'm following my heart exactly where it wants to go, and I have to trust that. Even though my mind has been freaking out and I've had so many little deaths of my ego along this journey, it's been about 3 weeks of traveling, and man, I've never experienced anything like this before, but I've met the most incredible people so far. You know, being by yourself is different because you get to create the experience. Your heart is leading the way. There's no one else's energy, heart energy or mind energy leading the way. It is fully yours to experience, and that is what is happening right now. And I could not be more grateful, but I could also not be more terrified in my mind of like, no plan. I try to make plans, but then they crumble down. And if there's any lesson that I want this video to give you, it's to just trust in your heart and God's plan more than anything. Even though you can feel it, you can feel your heart's plan and God's plan, but you can't necessarily see it yet. That's when you know you're on the right path. Because you're also not meant to see the end result or see, because it's meant to be a beautiful surprise. Like if we knew everything, that would not make it fun. I mean, it still would be fun, but it wouldn't be as nearly as exciting as it could be. So if your mind's plans completely crumble to the ground, trust that it is guiding you exactly where you're meant to be, and celebrate that crumble. Celebrate the complete tear down of everything, of timelines, of realities, of old patterns, of the way your mind wants to control, because that is just a beautiful sign, and that is truly showing you that your heart is leading the way, and you are truly in the frequency of the unknown. You are truly in the frequency of your heart, and then the frequency of God. And when you're in that frequency, everything is going to be okay. And I think, whoever's watching this obviously needs to hear that. I need to hear that for myself. I woke up in tears today with a lot of anxiety, and again, it's all mind, but your heart knows the way, and that is the message of this video. So, and to trust the divine reroute. It is always a divine reroute. And so if you're ever in a situation where you need to make a decision in 15 minutes, ask your higher self. This is why we do what we do. This is why we have our spiritual practice, to make these choices and decisions when we need to most, and trust that it is guiding us towards our higher self. So yeah, that is the update from me and on my new channel. I got the message to make a new channel a year ago, and I didn't follow that guidance. Instead, I deleted all of my old videos on my other channel and thought that would be a fresh start, but no. And I've gotten so many messages here in Thailand that I do need to start a new channel, and I was like, okay, it's done. It's done. I already made it 2 months ago too, because I already knew. So it's been up, but I've just been attached to the old, as we all kind of are in a way. So yeah, I'm very grateful you're here. Again, I'm gonna make this channel more geared towards, just traveling, and it's not gonna be like a travel vlog, but just filming like where I'm at in these beautiful locations, and doing these activations from the place that I am in, and transmitting that energy to you on the other side of the screen as well. So that is the intention behind this channel as well. And I'm so grateful that you are here, if you're returning or if you're brand new. And yeah, we will see where I go next. Again, every plan I've had has not made it into my reality, so wow, I'm blown away by this experience that I've had the last few weeks, and no matter what happens, I know it's meant to be. So I hope this gives you some encouragement on if nothing's going to plan as you thought, everything in your life feels like it's crumbling down, or if you just need some encouragement to travel. I hope this is it as well. I'm gonna make a whole nother video on why traveling completely cleanses you and refreshes you and resets your frequency and recodes you. So that's going to be a video soon. Maybe I'll film that in Chiang Mai. But I appreciate you being here. This is my last day on Koh Samui, so I'm going to make the most of it, go get some coffee, go do a little bit of work, and yeah, I will see you in my next location, in my next video. I'll see you in the cosmos. I'll see your higher self. And I hope you have a beautiful day. And I'll see you again soon.